Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 26 of the Viktoria Köln story. And it's going very well. Very bloody well, I must say. I was not expecting for myself and the team to be in the position that we are in right now. And as you can see from the average ratings on the right-hand side that we've been performing at, it's pretty damn good. Too good, if anything. Too good. And there is that concern that perhaps overperforming, maybe, and we could all, go on about a 15-game losing run and I get sacked at the end of the year. So there is that concern at the back of my mind. I'm sure it won't happen. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. And if you're an eagle-eyed viewer or person, or you've just noticed fairly quickly, you will realise there is a certain name that I've renamed into something very clever. I'll give you 3 seconds to guess who it is. If you haven't spotted it yet, I don't know what to say. But I've decided quite quickly that I was going to rename Clement Michelin to Michelin 4-star. You may be wondering, what's a Michelin 4-star? Basically, if you're a fan of Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, you'll know exactly what they are. But they're basically a star of how good a restaurant is, or the food is. And I've decided to nickname this guy to Michelin 4-star based off his current and potential ability. So, creative flows are everywhere on this series. I must say, creativity is my middle name. And based off his current performances, if he's lucky enough, he might get that extra star. It's gonna be a tough ask, but if he continues the way he's been playing, it's gonna be 5 out of 5, and there's nothing else he can, accomplish in his life at this point. So, no pressure, Clements, but I expect another star added onto that when you get 10 assists this year. But since the last episode, which was the first league game of the season here in the second division of Germany, was against Wolfsburg, where we drew 1-1. And since then, we haven't had too many games, a fairly mixed bag of results. So we played, 5 games, 4 of which were in the Bundesliga 2, and 1 of them was in the DFB Pokal first round. And I said it at the start of the episode, but we are, despite the loss and the draw we've had so far in the league, we are definitely overperforming currently. And as you can see from the top of the screen, we are currently in the third place. We're with the big dogs, we're with the big guns at the moment, and hopefully we can stay there. But we'll go through each individual result so you can see how we've managed to get ourselves into the dazzling heights of third place. So straight after last episode was an away game against SV Sandhausen. I'm so happy the names are getting so much easier to pronounce, so there'll be less bullying going on against me in terms of my pronunciations. Though, I did see in the comments that I was saying Pellegrini wrong. Pellegrini, is that how you say it? I was calling him Pellegrini. I could only apologise. We did have a Pellegrini in the side last year, so that I'm going to blame it on that instead of my terrible pronunciations. But it was a 1-0 away win against Sandhausen, coming through a David Mora penalty. And as you can see, we're absolutely dominant. I must say that David Mora has been absolutely fantastic so far in the season. He's definitely been the standout player, really performing fantastically well. As you can see, he's got 2 goals, 1 assist in 5 games with a 7.3 average rating. So he's definitely a key player in our side at the moment. Obviously slotting in there alongside the indispensable Gamelton Fofana from last year. So he's really slotted in really, really nicely. And it was nice to see, obviously, with that draw previously from this game, it was nice for us to get them initial 3 points on the board, because the last thing you want coming to a new league is having a fairly poor run of results from the start of the year. So then you're really struggling to catch up with the rest of the teams in front of you. So it's nice to see that we're able to get 4 points from 2 games straight off the bat. We then had a very difficult tie against Mainz 05 in the DFB Pokal, which I must say, despite the loss, a 2-1 loss at home, we actually played pretty well. the stats probably say otherwise, but we had quite a few chances in the game to get ourselves 2-0 up. Obviously, we initially took the lead through a set piece thanks to Alan Empereur. Once again, another player that's been playing very, very well. But they were able to get 2 back in the second half through Musa and Nakate. I'm sorry, and Issa Abbas. So it was heartbreak towards the end of the game when they got that second goal in. But, you know, when you consider that Mainz are in the Bundesliga, they're a division above us, I wasn't entirely disappointed. And considering the sort of game that we gave them, you know, we didn't just roll on our belly and just sort of like let them come at us. We had so many good chances that we probably, it's going to sound very strange, but we probably should have beaten these lot. But the way I see it, the fact that we were able to give a Bundesliga side a good game and exit out the competition allows me to focus more on the league, which ultimately is what I do want to focus on. Now, straight after that, we had the Union Berlin game, a 3-0 comfortable victory against these lot. Carrera, Mora and Pietro Pellegrini are getting themselves on the score sheet. Once again, very dominant performance. David Mora getting himself on the score sheet once again. It was nice to see Pietro and Felix also getting themselves on the score sheet. I don't actually think Pietro had got himself a goal before this game, so for him to get his first goal in a Köln Viktoria shirt was very, very nice to see. And at this point, I think at this point we were actually top of the league at this point. I'm pretty sure we were, or at least second. I know that much. We then had an away game against Hamburg SV. They're currently in 10th, so I'm not too sure where they were at this point. But it was a 1-0 loss away from home. And as you can see from the stats, a very even game. They probably edged it out a little bit with the shots on target and just the overall shots. We had the better of the possession, but they were just a lot more clinical. Their defensive midfielder, Onana, having an absolutely insane game for them with a 7.2 rating, 5 key passes, and you have the likes of Wagnerman and Opoku getting themselves on the score sheet. So overall, you can't really put too much, you can't really complain too much about this game. We probably did deserve to lose. But, Hamburg away from home is never going to be an easy game. But then Nuremberg at home, we got ourselves back on a winning run again with a 1-0 home victory, courtesy of Danny Motta. And I didn't really think Danny Motta would be in the side coming into this year. But unfortunately for us, Carrera has got himself an injury. I think he's out for about 7 to 8 weeks. So Danny Motta is going to come into the side a lot more for the next foreseeable future. And based off the stats, you'd probably be saying that we deserved Nuremberg were pretty unlucky, and you probably are right, to be fair. Nuremberg probably were very unlucky. Their midfield was having a pretty decent game with Gies and Medeiros on the right-hand side also having a very good game. But we were just the more clinical side. Motta's goal was absolutely fantastic. I'll show you the goal right now. So this is the goal by Donny Motta. It was a fantastic run by him, and quite frankly, a well-slotted, fantastic finish into the bottom left-hand side corner. What a finish that was from Danny. And I'd be very surprised if that doesn't end up being one of the goals of the season as we come towards the end of the year, because in my eyes, that was a dazzling run and a fantastic finish. And thankfully, it got us the 3 points. And with the results we've had, that has gave us a very good start to the year. Currently on 10 points, 4 goal difference. The likes of Freiburg, Regensburg. I'd love it if we ever come against them and their entire team is Regens. Oh, imagine it. Imagine the controversy. Jean Regensburg, full of Regens. Oh, I'd love it. I'd absolutely bloody love it. But Freiburg and Regensburg are currently unbeaten, so they are looking like they're going to be running away with it a little bit. Freiburg are currently 8 points clear of the 3rd place, which is obviously us. So hopefully we can get ourselves a win here against VfL Bochum. And it's not going to be an easy game by any means. Bochum are currently in 18th, and you might be looking at that saying you should be having a comfortable victory. But away from home, it's never going to be an easy game. So fingers crossed we can get ourselves 3 points here. Now, in terms of the side, as I said before, Felix Carrera is currently injured, and we have friendships all over the pitch. Friendships all over, everywhere. I mean, if anything, I feel like Jay from the In-Betweeners would be insulting us now.
Oh, friend! Oh, friend!
I mean, it wasn't Jay that said it, but you get my point. But yeah, we're looking very, very promising at the moment. The only thing that concerns me is the fact that Motta is on the right-hand side. I would like Felix back. It looks like he is going to be back very soon. I'm pretty sure he was out for a few weeks anyway. He might have recovered faster, I'm not too sure. But we're going to go with the side that is pretty familiar for the rest of the year, I think. We've got a very good defensive partnership in Mingo on Pro, Mitchell in 4-star, and Kenlock for far. We haven't done it in a while, viewers. We haven't done it in a while, so you can't complain.
Fafana.
So we have David Moura and Gemelt partnering him in the midfield, and then we have Motta, Prieni and Pellegrini in them attacking positions, and we've got some good average ratings sort of slotting into our side as well. We've got Emperor, Kenlock, Fafana, David Moura and Motta all having a good average rate in the last 5 games as well, so that's very nice to see. But VfL Bochum, can we get ourselves a win? I certainly hope so. That would at least allow us to keep a fingertip touch on the runaway leaders. But it's not going to be an easy game by any means, and we've only selected 7 substitutes. That's absolutely fine. One thing that I am liking about the league that we're in is there doesn't seem to be too many registration rules that I'm struggling with. Obviously, in the first and second year of this save, I was having all sorts of issues with the registration. I think it was every game I went into in an episode, I had to pause and have a look through my squad like Sherlock Holmes to make sure I had players, a right amount of players and ages, and I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that anymore. I'm so happy about that. But they do actually have a regen. Oh god, this guy Caracaxis, he looks pretty decent, to be fair. We might have had a look at him last year actually, but I mean, I would love to have him. He's not had a great year so far though, so fingers crossed we can capitalise on that. Right, going into the dressing room, we're the underdogs. Boys, we are the underdogs. Are you ready? Hold on. Underdogs? That's just clocked on to me. We're third. They're 18th. The press in Germany is daft. Like, I thought the BBC were daft, but my God, whoever the German paper is of this game doesn't have a clue about football. Underdogs? Are you kidding me? I mean, we'll say that just to hype them up. But then we're going to go for our typical passionate. I have faith in you. Get out there and sort it. Right, lovely stuff. Win now. Let's go. Okay, we have a very early chance here, and VfL Bochum have got a throw-in, and they've managed to pass it out to Soares on the left-hand side. I don't know if he's good cross of the ball, but we're not challenging here. And he's got a free header, and their right winger, I think it was, probably be doing better with that chance. I mean, he managed to get himself above Kenlock there, and from the stats, we're actually playing pretty well. David, corner, set-piece goal again, maybe. We seem to be having a lot of set-piece goals this year. Fafana, it can't happen, can it? Mingo, not known for his crossing, playing around well, but I'm concerned they're going to counter-attack, and that looks like what's going to happen. Holm has nicked the ball. Can we counter the counter-attack? I don't think we're going to. Holm on the left-hand side. He passes it back. I mean, it's a loose ball, but they managed to get onto it. The regen on the ball. Bobok. Karakasix. I mean, we pinned them back. It's nice to see, but unless we get the ball here, it's gone all the way back to the keeper. Is the keeper going to make a dreadful mistake? He boots it out, and it's a very poor ball, but a terrible header. And this poor defending from Michelin. 4-star. He's about to go to Michelin 3-star if that had gone in. And VfL Bochum are definitely having a better of the game so far. They've had 2 good chances and thankfully haven't managed to convert them. And in other games, Paderborn and Heidenheim have gone 1-0 up, and Firth have just gone 1-1 against Heidenheim. So that's made me look like an idiot. But going close to half time, there's not many chances going on. And I'm not too sure what I want to change. I don't think actually I'm going to change anything just yet. Because despite the fact they've had 2 chances, we are also having chances. It's a very even game so far. And I said at the start of the game, this was never going to be an easy, 4 or 5 niller for us. This was always going to be tough, and I have faith in the quality of our side that we can see this game through. And Pellegri's not getting into the game, which is concerning me a little bit. So I might change his role. Instead of asking Pellegrini to sort of run around like a headless chicken, we might just ask him to just focus on getting the ball in the back of the net. And we might ask Kenlock to push up that little bit more alongside Michelin 4-star, to maybe sort of spread the play a little bit while Pellegrini and Motta cut inside. See if we can sort of overload their centre-backs a little bit and create space out wide. Now, 55 minutes gone, nothing is happening. Fingers crossed we get ourselves a chance. Okay, so 74 minutes on the clock, and there hasn't been a single chance in the second half. I'm just thinking what I can change. I don't want to go more attacking because we have a lot of our fullbacks especially are going a little bit higher up. But I might say stop passing into space, and we might go a little bit wider just because of the fullbacks we have. And we'll work ball into the box, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit to try and sort of like build something from the back. Fofana, Mingo. Is this a chance or is this a typical I've made changes, there's not a chance? This is basically the FM20 version of the FM19 kickoff, like thingy-majiggy. What was it called? The FIFA 19, like when you kick off and there's like a random chance which never goes in. And it's an ambitious ball, and Gazzaniga. I feel like this is a chance because this chance is going on for a very long time. I'm just worried that we're playing it around like we don't give a stuff, and although that's good, I'm worried, and this is what I want. It's a great ball to Pellegrini. Can he finish this? It's offside. All that for absolutely nothing. Are you kidding me? Right, we're coming towards the end of the game, and there's a last gasp chance here for Bochum maybe to get themselves a winner, which I'm concerned about. It's a great ball out to the right-hand side. Can we get it? I mean, it's a poor pass for Fofana. Ball out. Pellegrini's got himself onto it. Can he go past his man? I mean, it's a very strange pass. Kenlock, lovely ball out to Gemelt from midfield, and he scores it. He gets himself a last 6-minute goal. Tomislav Gemelt, a hero of Köln, gets himself a fantastic finish, I think. I mean, it's a great ball by Kenlock. Full back and midfielder link up. And the goalkeeper fumbles, and Gemelt has a calm and composed finish. And with that, we are going to make some tactical changes to ensure we don't mess this up. We are going to start time wasting. We're maybe not going to ask our fullbacks to push up as much, just to ensure that we don't overcommit. And we might ask David Mora to... we might ask David just to stay a little bit further back in that midfield area, just so we can see the game out. And this is going to be another chance of rubbishness. I mean, it's a great tackle. If this ever comes to anything, I'll be surprised. Michelin 4-star on the right-hand side. Ball into the middle. Very risky ball. Gemelt, David... Is that a good ball? It is to Pellegrini. This might actually be a chance. Motta. Oh, I mean, he saw his name in lights there. But Bochum are on the counter-attack here. Gambula. And it's a great tackle from Mingo. And he has injured himself in the process. Fingers crossed that's not a big injury. And it is. Oh, no. Right. What sort of injury is it? Potential arm injury. I think George Silva's going to have to come on and... I mean, he's a good defender, but not necessarily someone we want to be putting on for the last 4 minutes of time. I might change Pellegrini to a deep line forward support just to ensure that we're able to keep the ball that little bit more. And time is ticking away here for Bochum. They need to start creating something if they want to get a point out of this game. And we are getting closer and closer. Final minute of the game. And that is going to bring us another very important 3 points on the board. Courtesy, massive thank you to Tomislav Gemelt with, quite frankly, a fantastic finish from a midfielder. And that has put our players in a fantastic mood. And that has put us that little bit closer to Regensburg and Freiburg. And it actually looks like we actually had a game in hand, so we're actually a lot closer than I originally thought to the likes of Regensburg and Freiburg. You'd expect Freiburg to obviously go on and win the league, considering the 6 games unbeaten, but that is absolutely massive for our side. But the main talking point, other than the result, is what is Mingo's injury? Oh, fractured wrist, 5 to 7 weeks. That is a bit of an issue. I mean, thankfully we have a likes of Silva that can step in, but if we have another injury to a centre-back, we're going to be in big trouble. And I think we're going to have to put George Silva into that centre-back role. And Emperor and Mingo, obviously a very good partnership together, and we have lost the link-up between them two, which is unfortunate. I mean, thankfully it's not like 5 or 6 months broken arm type scenario. So I suppose we can look on the promising side. But with that game, I mean, the board absolutely loving me, by the way. Sorry to point this out. Sorry to toot my own horn. But A-star. I never got that in school, so it's nice to see that Football Manager sees my potential. The board are absolutely loving me. We are currently well overperforming, fight bravely against relegation, and be competitive. I feel like we were against a Bundesliga side. So, you know, it's going well so far. I am concerned about the finances, though. We're not making a lot of money, which is an immediate issue, you know, right away. So, you know, the finances aren't looking good. But that's not my job. This isn't Financial Manager. It's Football Manager. And I am performing. I'm performing. The board aren't. Hashtag board out. Hashtag sack the board. Get that trend on Twitter. I want to see it everywhere. I want to see BBC News having it on their, you know, news thing. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking gibberish. Right. With the end of the episode coming near, where are we going to meet up for the next game? I think there's only one game to come to, and that is going to be the Jahn Regensburg game. Fingers crossed it'll be 2nd v 3rd, or 1st v 2nd, you never know. That's going to be a massive game for our promotion/title aspirations, which we never thought we'd be doing at the start of the year. But in between them, we do have 4 games against Karlsruhe, Freiburg, Dynamo Dresden and Paderborn. So not an easy month of September. I would do the Freiburg game, but it's quite close, I think. So we might just go straight to the Jahn Regensburg and see where Freiburg are next time, like in future episodes, see if we can play them next time, of which Freiburg we have in March, so we'll probably play Freiburg in March. But for the next episode, we will be seeing each other in the 1st of October against Jahn Regensburg. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Stay safe, have a great day or weekend or night, wherever you're watching this, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.